And now your starting lineup. Number 5, center fielder, Abby Marquez. Number 2, left fielder, Michaela Murray. Number 11, pitcher, Mia Tinsley. Number 3, shortstop, Ava Pugh. Number 7, first baseman, Layla Carnes. Number 1, right fielder, Brooklyn Pierce. Number 15, DP, Piper Palmer. Number 6, third baseman, Tenley Tiemann. Number 13, catcher, Christina Roberts. Number 4, second baseman, Lindsay Mendez. Your managers are Aubrey Blake, your coaches are Tim Lott, and head coach Kayla Monis. And now for your Mabank Lady Panthers. Your reserve players. Number 4, Mackenzie Juarez. Number 1, Brianna Rogers. Number 24, Avery Henderson. And now your starting lineup. Number 11, catcher, Aaron Otmo. Number 13, shortstop, JoJo Marker. Number 15, second baseman, Trinity Mixon. Number 2, third baseman, Savannah Phillips. Number 25, first baseman, Callie Davis. Number 7, pitcher, Emery Groom. Number 3, left fielder, Emmy Barnes. Number 6, DP, Journey Jakeway. Number 5, right fielder, Angie Fernandez. Number 21, center fielder, Haley Gherkin. Your managers are Sophia Ford. Your coaches are Megan Graham, Kendall Lane, and head coach, Ashley Currington. And now for the national anthem.
All right, little untraditional just hop in and start here for us, JD. But, hey, we're here now, so it is what it is. I guess this is how we're going to start it. So, hello, everybody. Welcome
Play it as
in.
it lies.
Yeah, right, exactly. So, hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of Mabank Lady Panther Athletics right here on the Mabank Athletics YouTube page. Of course, we are Cedar Creek Media, as always. I am Taylor Honey.
I'm JD Bird.
And we are happy to be here with you. We've got some more district softball action here tonight, as it's a rematch between the Athens Lady Hornets and your Mabank Lady Panthers. Of course, last time Mabank able to build up a big lead, but unfortunately not able to hold on to the big lead and actually ended up losing that game. So now here at home, Mabank hoping for a little bit of that same home cooking that Athens enjoyed back at their place and trying to even up that season record between the two.
Yeah, absolutely. And really for them, just go in there and can play the way that you did in the first innings of that game against Athens the first time and just make sure to do whatever you can to stay out of that big inning.
That is exactly it. So, again, we do appreciate y'all being here tonight. On the bump for your Lady Panthers tonight, going to be Miss Emery Groom. Groom's had a very good year so far on the pitcher's mound. She's going to look to continue her pretty solid season here. Junior's been one of the
Now batting is number 5, Abby Marquez.
most live arms for the Panthers this year. So we are ready to get things underway. Leading it off, as you heard, is going to be the center fielder, Abby Marquez. Looks like we're going to have a bit of a slowdown here just to check it out. Give you the starters and lineups all again here in just a minute in case you're tuning in a little bit late. Later on time, we always appreciate you being here. First pitch of the night, going to be just a little outside for a ball, but we are officially underway here. Not too much left in this season, just a couple of weeks. So these games coming down to a pivotal point now, JD. Got to start stacking up a few wins for both teams. Next pitch, going to be a little off the plate as well. So Groom will start her off 2-0. Going to have to battle to get back into this one here. Excuse me, 3-0. 3-0. And gave her the strike on that. Good spot up in the zone. It did hear the strike call, so apparently I'm going to have to move one of these headphone cups so I can hear, because he's not giving much of a physical call. Next pitch, that one's going to be fouled back. Literally right up over my head there.
Yeah, right. Started down 3-0, found a way to work back to a full count. So,
gotta like it. Got a battle here at the very first batter of the evening. Next pitch is going to be high, so she lost her, but again, a good job just to be able to keep fighting there, make it closer, not go down on the 4 pitches. Catcher's going to be your leadoff tonight. That is the young lady you just saw trot out to the mound, number 11, Erin Otmo. So again, she'll complete the battery.
Number 2, Michaela Murray.
She'll complete the battery for the Lady Panthers, and will also be the leadoff hitter. Now here comes the left fielder, Michaela Murray. First pitch to her is going to be bunted. Got the bottom of the barrel, ended up just kind of skittering back behind. So 1 strike on her. We'll come back to do it all again. Got Callie Davis over there at first, Trinity Mixon at second, JoJo Marker, man in shortstop, Savannah Phillips over at third base. She had a home run last night, her second of the season. See, throw from Otmo was in time, but just short hopped a little bit there, and her and Marker couldn't quite get on the same page to get the tag out. But did they say she offered at the bunt? Because it sure looked like it from here. So
nope, they're going to say she pulled it back.
Pulled it back. All right, so 1-1 count. Lady on second. And again, going to get a foul tip. Savannah Phillips and Callie Davis both crashing way in, showing disregard for their own safety as they're going to come up and make that play from about 1.5 feet away from the batter's box
right.
there. 1-2. They don't give it to her. It was a really good-looking pitch. It was a good job by Murray to lay off of it.
Two the count.
Payoff pitch. Going to be tipped foul. So it looked like a bit of a off-speed pitch there. Murray was a little surprised by it, but was able to make some contact. So we'll set it up to do it all over again here. And that one going to be a little high and outside. So fills it up for consecutive at-bats now here. And going to be high, so going to lose her as well. So a couple of walks here to start out the first inning. Again, Groom, we've seen her work herself out of quite a few jams
Now
this
batting
year.
number 11, Mia Tinsley.
So still in a good spot. Going to be facing the opposing pitcher now, Mia Tinsley. First pitch going to be a little off the plate. So Groom going to have to find the plate here. Most of her strikes so far coming off of foul tips. Next pitch going to be hit hard, gets past Mixon. There's a dive, but still not able to control now. The Panthers going to be able to get it to the infield. Offline throw to the to home is now going to allow Tinsley to get all the way up to third. So it'll go down as a double, a 2 RBI double at that, but does get the extra base on the throwing error back in. So Athens opens up the early lead
Now
here,
batting number
2-0.
3, Ava Pugh.
Brings up the shortstop, number 3, Ava Pugh. Of course, the Lady Panthers playing in back-to-back nights after the weather events over the weekend forced that game with Lindale to be postponed all the way up until last night. So playing on fumes, we'll put it that way.
Yeah, right.
Next pitch going to be hit sky high. Mixon ranging over, and can't make the play. And that is going to allow Tinsley to come in, and Pugh ends up parked on second base as she was running hard. Never stopped. So it will be a reach on error, and it'll be a 2-base error. And an unearned run scored as well. So now all the way up to a 3-0 lead. Still without an out here are the Lady Panthers. They're going to take a second, talk things over on the mound. And now again, we did see similar things back in Athens. We saw the Lady Panthers get up really quickly and take charge of that game. And then the next thing you know, Athens just chugged right back along. Were able to chip away, and then explode and get that big lead that they were that they ended up winning that game with. So
Up to bat is number 7, Layla Carnes.
we've seen the story just from the other side, you know.
Yeah, right. It's and when you get the talent this team has, then really in any game, in any kind of situation, you're still in it. So no reason to count them out this early into it.
Off-speed pitch, they're going to say, is off the plate. I was waiting for a call because it looked pretty good, but it does not get the seal of approval there. By the way, that is first baseman Layla Carnes up to bat, taking her first few cuts of the day. Next pitch is going to be a good one, but now the throw out trying to get the runner ends up in left field. Good job to back up there. As the throw to Phillips was just a little offline. Well, it was a good bit offline, if we're being honest with each other, from Otmo. But again, good job there by left fielder Barnes coming up. Miss Emmy doing a good job of backing up the play. Keeps the runner from coming in. Next pitch is going to be hit softly. I don't know why hard was the first thing that came to mind, because that was definitely a soft little shot. It looked like it was going to get over Davis's head for a little bloop, but curls just enough to go foul, so that will be a semi-long strike. Now brings the count to 1-2. So Mabank again trying to get their first out here of this inning. And now it's going to be hit high in the air and gets down between center and right. That will score a run and be an RBI single for Layla Carnes, the first baseman.
Nice little gap shot there to get it done.
That's exactly it. Just put it right where they weren't. The ball looked like it was hanging up there in the air for a long time, but when it started coming down, it came down rather quickly.
Now batting is number 1, Brooklyn Pierce.
That now brings up the right fielder, number 1, Brooklyn Pierce, batting with some whoa. I was going to say batting with some cushion on the board, but before I could, there was this yellow thing that was not the sun coming at my face, you know. All of us here in the box had to take a little jump. Didn't quite beat what happened at the baseball field last time. That was I sent that to all my. I sent all my. Well, I'm talking about we were talking about the camera, and then as soon as
that's right,
I sent that to all my friends and my family, and just like, yep, y'all think the broadcaster's curse isn't real? Let me show you. Not positive the count. Can't see the board here. There's a swing and a miss from Pierce. So 1-2. Now the count. Didn't trust it, but should have, I guess. 1-2 pitch, and that's going to be hit in the air and able to come over and make the play is center fielder Haley Gherkin. So Gherkin was able to record the first out of the inning here.
Yeah, he said come over, but, I mean, she had to take maybe of 2 steps to be able to get to it, as that one was hit pretty much right to her.
That's exactly it. It was also a good job to get the ball in quickly.
Piper Palmer.
Kept Carnes parked over there on first base. So now 1 out, 1 on. First pitch is going to be called off the plate there.
That was a good-looking pitch, but I think they're saying just a little bit inside.
Yes, sir. And this is a designated hitter, by the way, Piper Palmer. And sees another one that looks like it's just a hair low.
I guess they did call that first one a strike.
Okay.
I'm sorry, he's not giving any hand signals, so it's hard for me to be able to pick him out.
I'm right there with you. But I did see that he's got the clicker in his hand, so he is controlling the balls and strikes, I guess, on the board.
That one just going to skip into the glove right there, so that'll be a ball.
You know, I love Roden, but he's burnt me once or twice this year, so I've gotten to the point where I always got to double check. Ooh, big cut there by Palmer, but fouled off. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, Roden does a great – anybody doesn't know, we're talking about senior Aaron Roden here, does a lot of the tech work and stuff for the baseball and softball teams, working boards, announcing, doing things like that. Been a ball player as well, starting center for the Panthers football team, and I think he's done a couple of other things, but just a good kid. Also on the bass fishing team, and bass fishing team for Mabank also won their division this year, so they're a pretty solid set of anglers over there. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Roden's team was the top of their, of their teams or whatever, I guess it is.
Little 2-2 count here. Trying to get the final out of the inning.
Ooh, look good on that outside, but they say just a bit too far on the outside. Sets up again. Oh, they're going to say just a little off the plate. So that'll be another walk here for the Lady Hornets in the top of the first. It's going to bring up Tinley Tiemann.
Now batting is number 6, Tinley Tiemann.
Tiemann, the third baseman for this squad. First pitch to her is going to be high. So she's going to start out with the 1-0 count. So for all the hits, for all the runs on the board, only 2 hits so far. Well, speak of the devil, there's a third, and that's going to get all the way back to the wall, finding the gap. Palmer's going to have to stop at third. And Tieman's going to end up with a stand-up double. Probably would have been able to stretch that into 3, but her speed just a little too much.
That was a well-hit softball right there.
I guess that doesn't really make sense. Her speed wasn't too much. She, her fellow teammate, Miss Palmer, not quite able to get around the base paths as quickly.
Now batting is number 13.
As Tiemann has a lot of speed. So she was already halfway to third before she realized she had to check back up. That does now bring up the catcher. And she will take one on the corner for a strike. Catcher number 13, Christina Roberts. She does represent the 9th hitter, so she fouls one back, so she's going to go down 0-2. And the Lady Panthers have a chance to get themselves out of this without letting that rotation flip around. All right, another set and another foul, so similar result. And right now, after all the weather and everything that's been going on, those end up where they're going. They're pretty much in a swamp. That little trench that they built is obviously doing its job, holding that drainage out. This pitch going to be high. So after, I think that's pitch number 5 with the AB, and that will be the first ball. So Groom trying to get out of this. 2 strikes, and there you go.
That's a way to do it right there.
So strikeout to end the inning. They do bat around, but Mabank going to have the chance to take their first swings of the night. We're going to go ahead and take our first break of the night. We'll come back right after this here on Cedar Creek Media.
Parks Environmental Services, located on 405 West Mason Street, provides customer service-driven experience that counts. They offer erosion control services such as rock filter dams and retaining walls, soil stabilization services like hydro seeding and sodding, as well as construction services such as land clearing and subdivision maintenance. Call Parks Environmental Services, the erosion control specialist, at 214-693-8056. And for any forestry mulching needs, call Right of Way Land Clearing at the same number. Again, that's 214-693-8056. Parks Environmental Services, putting it down to protect your ground.
Kylie with Double K Photography will help you never forget all those special occasions, wedding and maternity photos, as well as family and senior portraits, just to name a few. With over 5 years of professional experience, Kylie can transform your wildest dreams into reality with pricing options available to fit every budget. Contact Kylie by email to book today at hello@doubleKphotography.studio or online at www.doublekphotography.studio, where you can also see samples from Kylie's previous works and client testimonials. Double K Photography, a proud supporter of Mabank Athletics. All right, back here to it, Cedar Creek Media. So, not the ideal first inning there for your Lady Panthers, going down, it was 4, right? Yeah, so 4-0. But, again, we saw this happen to, different perspective. We saw this happen to the Lady Hornets at their place. Mabank able to build up a 10-run lead and then not able to hold on to it. So, again, we're thinking maybe we get home cooking back the other way this time. We'll just have to see what happens. But, all right, so we are just about ready to get the bottom half of the first inning underway. Going to be, again, leading off is going to be the catcher, number 11, Aaron Otmo. On deck will be the shortstop, JoJo Marker, followed by the second baseman, Trinity Mixon. Those will be your first 3 hitters. And Mia Tinsley going to be out on the mound for the Lady Hornets. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure She was the starting pitcher back in Athens as well. I'm pretty sure this is the same starting pitching matchup we saw in Athens. But I've slept a few times since then, and knowing me, probably lost a few brain cells knocking around my noggin on something. Accident-prone kind of guy, as you have got to know.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
A little bit. Few here's and there's.
Leading off for your Lady Panthers is going to be number 11, Aaron Otmo.
So let's see if Otmo can start the offensive charge here for the Lady Panthers. Looks like second and shortstop going to be playing deep back in the holes, leaving a lot of room right up the middle. First pitch is going to be off the plate for a ball. Or no. Yeah. I'm just going to have to trust you because I think you got better eyes than I do. So they're actually saying that first one was a strike. Now, that one's definitely a ball because it was right around the top of the head there. So evened up in the count here. Next pitch. Oof. That was a mighty swing there from Otmo. Not able to make good contact with it. Just kind of tips it. Ends up foul. But, yeah, she was looking to get all 4 runs back on that one swing there.
She sure was.
So now finds herself with 2 strikes. Has to protect. And pretty good pitch there, if we're being honest, from Tinsley. Doesn't get the call, but let's see what she comes back with here. Again, a lot of space right up the middle. And next pitch going to be high. Even the center fielder playing shaded really more to the third base side than anything. Right fielder more on the first base line, so. And going to hit it right through the gap there. It's a nice job, nice piece of hitting by Otmo. Hits it to the left there of the shortstop, Ava Pugh, and Pugh just not able to range over and make the play.
Now batting is
So that'll be a
JoJo Marker.
leadoff single for the catcher and brings up now our shortstop, Miss JoJo Marker. Looks like it's going to be the same defensive set here. And first pitch going to be inside, gets away, but no run from Otmo there. Next pitch to Marker is going to be chopped. There's a pretty good stop there at third. Might have ended up foul, but either way, will now turn into back-to-back singles for the Lady Panthers. So putting themselves back in a good position here again after giving up the 4 runs in the first, or the top of the inning, excuse me. Now brings up the 3-hole hitter, Trinity Mixon.
Now batting is number 15, Trinity Mixon.
See what Tinsley has for first pitch. Gonna get over for a strike, I do believe.
Yes, sir.
That one looked like it had a little extra heat to it, so
A lot of
challenging
zip on
Mixon.
that one, yeah.
Ooh, now threw her something off speed, was a little high. So trying to keep Mixon guessing there. Some low heat and then a high curve, or not curve, but off-speed pitch. 1-1 the count. Now it's going to be chopped. Pugh's going to scoop it. Oh, tried to get the lead runner and pitch it over to the third baseman there. Ends up throwing it into the dugout. So safe all around. Believe that, I guess we're going to, you know what, I'm feeling generous. We're just going to mark it down as a single. Could have been a fielder's choice with
Next
an
up is
error,
number
but
2,
you know what?
Savannah Phillips.
We're just going to go with it. Now, Savannah Phillips has now got 2 home runs on the year, and she comes up with a chance to tie the score with one swing of the bat. Let's see what she does. First pitch is hit well rolling out to left field,
Oh,
gets
and it
past.
down.
So 1 run scores, and it's going to be a play at the plate, gets past the catcher, and everybody's going to advance 1 more run, or 1 more bag. Mixon will go sit on third. Phillips all the way up to second, and that will be an RBI double, 2 RBI double for Savannah Phillips. So this is exactly what we were talking about, JD. Just got to get things to get rolling on the offensive end, and you can forget about that top of the first. Now you've got another big power threat coming up here at number 25, Callie Davis. Back in Athens, we saw her smoke one that ended up over the left field fence. Looks like she's excited to be hitting as well. She tops
rolls
one
over.
But might get the RBI chance as the throw is offline there. So Roberts been having to run around a lot. His throws have been offline, but that will technically go down as a sacrifice hit and an RBI for Callie Smith. Maybe technically not, but that's what I'm going to mark it down as because I like it better. It sounds better to me, you know?
Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that.
Number 7, Emery Groom.
All right, brings up the pitcher. Going to have a chance to help get back that final deficit run now, as it is a 4-3 lead for the Lady Hornets, but still just have that 1 out, as that's going to be hit well, going out towards the left field line and foul.
Straighten that one out. That's a good-looking hit right there.
That's it. So Tinsley again set, and this one going to be hit well. Murray able to make the catch out in left field, but the relay not going to be in time. Phillips able to come in and score. So that will be a sac fly for Emery Groom, and that will knot things right back up. 4-4 now. Brings up the left fielder, Emmy Barnes. She's going to be batting with clean plates out there. Nobody on. 2 out. So let's see if she can start a rally here of her own.
Number 3, Emmy Barnes.
First pitch is swung on. Couldn't quite tell if she missed her or if she made contact when it went foul, but either way, it ended up back on the back porch, or the back screen, excuse me. So 0-1 the count. And that one going to be kind of topped over, and play will be made there by the third baseman, Tinley Tiemann, to end the inning. So after 1 full inning now, we are knotted up 4-4. So offense hasn't been a problem. Let's see if the defense can change things up.
Hold on. I think they're saying that one might have went foul.
Oh, are they saying, okay, excuse me, yeah. So I guess they're saying it hit inside the batter's box. So, yeah, no. And now, next pitch is going to be off the plate. So Barnes with the gift here of another chance. And that's going to be way offline. Let's see if he gives us a
We work it back to 2-2,
2-2.
yeah.
And going to fill it up now, as that next pitch was high and offline. So again, Barnes with the second chance in this at-bat, doing a pretty good job of keeping it alive. So payoff pitch now, and they're going to say inside. So after what looked like a inning-ending ground out, turns into a walk, and that will now bring up the designated hitter, Miss Journey Jakeway.
Just need a hard hit out there in center field, and you got a pretty good situation for yourself.
Ooh, and Jakeway heard you from up here apparently. She was exactly trying to do that. Put a big, heavy swing into it. Doesn't make contact, so now find yourself down 0-1. Next pitch, going to be high and off the plate. So evens things up, 1-1 now the count. Jakeway readies herself. Here's the pitch. It's going to be inside and low for a ball. You know, some people just look like a ball player. Like Journey Jakeway kind of looks like your prototypical, you know, softball, baseball type. So definitely somebody to keep an eye on here, as the next pitch is going to be high and outside. But, you know, sometimes if you kind of got that look about you, you know what I mean, it just kind of speaks about what your game is. So let's see if Jakeway can come through here for her Lady Panthers. Again, 2 outs here in the top of the first, tied up 4-4, and looky there.
Nice little swing.
Nice shot, end up unfortunately going right at the center fielder, but it does keep the inning going for a 2-out single. Will now bring up the 9-hole hitter, the right fielder, Angie Fernandez.
Now batting is number 5, Angie Fernandez.
So both teams seeing all 9 batters here in the first inning. First pitch is
right down the middle.
That's what I was thinking. Looks pretty good from here. So runners on first and second, 0-1 count. And, ooh, that one looked like it was just
another
about
one
the
in the
same
same spot, yeah.
So Fernandez, she had stepped out as well, so she's got to stay in here, be a hitter, especially with 2 strikes. 0-2 pitch, and she hits one, ends up rolling over to Tiemann at third, and she will just step on the bag to end the inning. Well, all right, so after 1 full inning of play, it is 4-all. We're going to take us a short break. We'll come back with the top of the second right after this here on Cedar Creek Media.
For nearly 30 years, Carrie Harris Satellite has been the Lake area's trusted satellite and internet retailer by putting the customer and their needs first. And we here at Cedar Creek Media can attest to that. I'm JD Bird with Cedar Creek Media, and we're not just partners, we're customers of Carrie Harris Satellite, and can't recommend him and his friendly team highly enough. Stop by Carrie Harris Satellite in Athens today and ask how they can get you set up with Dish, Spectrum, Starlink, Boost Mobile, and more at 103 La Costa Street in Athens, or call 903-677-9522. Again, that's 903-677-9522.
Jeff Van Horn and his team at Precision Spray Foam want to help you protect your investments and potentially lower your energy bill with a new layer of insulating spray foam for your home, barndominium, or metal building. Why choose Precision Spray Foam? Because they can help deter moisture, improve comfort and air quality, and provide extra strength to your building for years to come, all while being environmentally friendly and cost-effective. Jeff and his team make installation a breeze and can retrofit for any need. Call Precision Spray Foam today at 903-880-6323. That's 903-880-6323 for your free estimate today. Precision Spray Foam, part of the Van Horn Construction family and proud supporter of Mabank Athletics. All right, back here to it, ready to get the top of the second inning underway here. We are knotted up. It is a 4-4 tie. Both teams batting fully around the order in the first inning. First pitch of the inning there from Groom is going to be outside for a ball. That is center fielder Abby Marquez, or Quez, excuse me. It's either one of the two. I think
Marquez.
Marquez or Marquez. It's one of the two for sure. Next pitch going to be outside. Yeah, there's towns down like in South Texas that that QEZ can also, it could be K, like there's Marquez, Texas down south too. So again, I'm not positive, but we are going to go with Marquez just because it sounds cooler, you know?
Yeah, there you go.
So 2-1 now is the count. Abby walked in her first AB. Groom trying to avoid the same fate here as it's now 3-1. And, ooh, that was a pretty good pitch to try and stay in the AB. But they say just a little off the plate, so Marquez will now have her second walk of the evening. But, again, I really like that spot from Groom. Challenged the hitter right there, but just unfortunately not able to get the call. We'll bring up Michaela Murray.
Now batting is number 2, Michaela Murray.
She also had a walk in her first AB. So offered there.
Bunt. Yep, they're on the first one, and it'll pop foul.
Saw that in the first AB from her as well. A couple of bunting fouls. Bunting strikes. I mean, I guess technically they're both correct. You know what I mean? Same thing.
They do both result in the same thing. Yep.
Next pitch is going to be fouled back, so looks like they're going to think better of the bunting situation. She gets her second strike now on a full swing. So, and again, for anybody that doesn't know, if you bunt and hit it foul, that still can be a third strike. So you can strike out while bunting. That pitch was inside.
That was right at Miss Murray's knees, and I would say probably a really good decision to slide out of the way of that one.
Yeah, that was definitely going for like ankle bone area there. That would have been not fun to wear. And next pitch is high. Almost half wonder if that was a bit of a waster there, seeing what Marquez did over on the first baseline. Next pitch. Ooh, pretty good looking pitch, but just a bit too high over the numbers. So that'll be back-to-back walks to open the inning. It's actually right now a mirror image of the first inning. First two hitters.
I was about to say, I believe that it was only – I believed it was only 2 balls at that point.
So, good catch there by Coach Currington. Yeah, I was moving along with it. Now she's going to have to appeal over to the – you know, I'm really not sure. I guess just the infield ref. I mean, you know, you normally have your infield ref, you got your first base ump, and then you got your home plate umpire. But I guess it's just straight field ref when you only have 2. So there is some discussion.
I think they're trying to figure out why they're letting the runner stay over there at second base. Just letting her have a free steal, I guess, off of what was thought to be a walk.
Huh. Okay, so count now full, 3-2, with the runner on second. So still Murray in. And now she's going to strike out. So
a little bit of ball don't lie right there.
Absolutely, and that's a good appeal there from the Mabank Lady Panthers. Obviously, we're in the right and able to get an out of it.
Is number 11, Mia Tinsley.
Especially with Tinsley up to bat, she had that 2 RBI double back last inning to open up the scoring for either side. So any less runners on the base paths whenever she's up to bat, definitely a positive there.
Absolutely.
Next pitch. Ooh.
Another good-looking one, but I think they're going to say just a little outside.
So 2-0 now the count. Groom sets and fires, and that one going to be off the plate. So 3-0, and again, Tinsley hit a pretty hard shot on that 2 RBI, so I think just wanting to avoid putting it in the sweet spot for her here. And next pitch also going to be off. So that will be a 4-pitch walk. It will now bring up the shortstop, Ava Pugh. She reached on an error in the first inning. Unearned run, actually able to come around and score as well during that situation. So 1 gone. Runners on first and second. First pitch is tipped by Pugh, but foul. So 1 strike. See a lot of head whipping going on down there. It seems like there seems to be quite a bit of chatter here. Again, that Highway 175 rivalry is always a little extra juice to it, you know?
Absolutely. As right there, able to pick up the 2nd strike of the AB.
Like it.
2 quick pitches.
I'm going to stand up for a minute. Been sitting down all day. And next pitch, ooh, offered at it and fouled it back there is Pugh. So trying to stay battling in here. Still an 0-2 count. Got Layla Carnes waiting in the on-deck circle. 0-2 pitch, going to be skied in the air, and it will get foul. Almost landing back in somebody's backyard over there. A couple of houses back here behind the school. So another 0-2 pitch on the way, and now this one's going to be hit. Mixon scoops, makes the play over at first, so it will advance the runners to second and third, but they will trade it for the out. Now, again, going to bring up the first baseman, Layla Carnes. She had an RBI single last inning, so also can be dangerous from the plate. You got Marquez sitting on first, Murray on, or excuse me, no, Tinsley on second. First pitch there off the plate for a ball. And foul off the bat there of Carnes. Mabank trying to complete this shutdown inning. Go to work in the bottom half of the inning, not down. Again, good job by them to just be able to react, come back, pick up those 4 runs instantly. Let's see if the defense can keep the pressure on, as the next pitch is going to be low. So 2-1 the count. Carnes taking a little extra time to get set here. Now pitch on the way. It's going to be chopped over to third. Phillips gets it, throws over to Davis, and there you go. So not quite a 1-2-3 shutdown inning, but a shutdown inning either way. Coming up in the in the bottom of the second will be the catcher, Aaron Otmo. But before then, let's go ahead and take us another short break. We'll come back right after this here on Cedar Creek Media. Hey, Mom and Dad, what's one of the most overlooked safety features in a car? Everyone checks for seatbelts, turn signals, and airbags, but when's the last time you checked your son or daughter's tire tread? K&S Tires and 7 Points cares about your family's automotive safety and offers a full line of quality tires installed by a team of experts to help give you peace of mind as your loved ones drive to work, school, or run errands around town. Stop by K&S Tire today, just south of the light in 7 Points, and let them help keep your family safe on the roadways all year long. K&S Tires, great tires at wholesale prices.
Golden Chick's new Golden Bowl is so big, it's a whole lot of yes and a whole lot of yum. So if you like big bowls, then we cannot lie. The new loaded mashed potato bowl is a whole lot of Golden Chick, a big bowl you can't deny.
All right, back here to it. Cedar Creek Media, Taylor Honey, J.D. Bird, hanging out with you on a nice Tuesday after all the weather we've had over the past couple of days. It's nice to be able to get out here and do something that's a little bit more chill, you know?
Absolutely.
Uh-oh. There we go. All right. Started messing with stuff on accident, and it wouldn't look good. There we go. All right, so we are ready to get the bottom half of the second inning underway here. Knotted up 4-4. Mabank going to have the opportunity to take potentially their first lead of the ball game if they can scratch across one run here in the inning. Again, quickly went down 4-0 in the top of the first and scratched back all four of the runs in the bottom of the first. Flipped over the lineup to start off with the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the second is Erin Otmo, and she's going to shoot
put it
one
right in the spot.
That's it. Hit it right in that gap. We'll take two and hang out there. So a stand-up double to start off the inning for Erin Otmo. So 2 for 2 now tonight with the single and a double. So just a triple and a home run shy of the cycle, JD. Just the hard two now.
Now batting is number 13, JoJo Marker.
You heard it. That
Tell you
is,
what, and even giving up that big shot right there in center field, they're still going to leave their players in the shift.
Yeah, as that pitch ends up behind Marker, and that is going to allow Otmo to get up to third. So 2 pitches in the inning, and now a runner on third, and one of your better hitters in your shortstop, JoJo Marker, who has a single already tonight, up to bat with a 1-0 count. So not much of a betting man, but it's I would say a pretty good situation here.
Pretty nice one, yes.
Next pitch is going to be high, bounces off the backstop. Oh, that's one of those where hindsight's 20/20, but if Otmo goes on that, it's going to easily score, but it's just because of the awkward bounce off the backstop there. Again, you can't count on those kind of things, so the right call not to go for it. Next pitch is going to be high as well. So 3-0 now the count. See if they challenge Marker or just go ahead and let her go for free. And it looks like she is going to catch the outside edge of the plate for a strike. So hitter's count here for Marker now 3-1. She's quickly back into the box. Now you're set, and pitch is going to be high, so that will be a walk. This will be the second time Marker makes it to base tonight. Single and a walk now. Brings up Trinity Mixon. She's also singled so far tonight.
Now batting is number 15, Trinity Mixon.
Second baseman with a good RBI chance here. And she's going to smoke one right to the shortstop. So 1 out. And are they able to turn? Yeah, so they're able to turn the double play. So she hits into the double play, but does pick up the RBI. So it will be a 5-4 lead
Now
now
batting is number 2, Savannah Phillips.
for the Lady Panthers. So 2 outs, but they are able to scratch across the run. Now Savannah Phillips up to bat. Takes one off the plate right on the corner of the plate for strike one to start off the at bat. And now she'll hit one foul. So quickly finds herself down 0-2. Or no? Yeah? No. Okay. And next pitch going to be high. Again, Phillips, big power threat. Couple of over-the-fence home runs so far this year, including one last night.
It's a little 2-2 count here.
And it's going to be chopped up, and play will be made by Pugh right over the second base bag. So fly out to end the inning, but the damage is done. Mabank able to pick up a 1-run lead after a full 2 innings. Now let's go ahead and take another break. We'll come back right after this here on Cedar Creek Media.
Parks Environmental Services, located on 405 West Mason Street, provides customer service-driven experience that counts. They offer erosion control services such as rock filter dams and retaining walls, soil stabilization services like hydro seeding and sodding, as well as construction services such as land clearing and subdivision maintenance. Call Parks Environmental Services, the erosion control specialist, at 214-693-8056. And for any forestry mulching needs, call Right of Way Land Clearing at the same number. Again, that's 214-693-8056. Parks Environmental Services, putting it down to protect your ground.
Kylie with Double K Photography will help you never forget all those special occasions, wedding and maternity photos, as well as family and senior portraits, just to name a few. With over 5 years of professional experience, Kylie can transform your wildest dreams into reality with pricing options available to fit every budget. Contact Kylie by email to book today at hello@doubleKphotography.studio or online at www.doubleKphotography.studio, where you can also see samples from Kylie's previous works and client testimonials. Double K Photography, a proud supporter of Mabank Athletics. All right, back here to it. After 2 full innings, your Mabank Lady Panthers holding on to a 5-4 lead.
Now batting is number 1, Brooklyn Pierce.
As you heard, leading off the inning is going to be right fielder, number 1, Brooklyn Pierce. First pitch is going to be slapped out towards center field. That was a good effort there by Gherkin, but not able to make the play. Ball gets all the way to the fence, going to have to get it in quickly. Play at the plate.
And they got her.
They got her.
Yes.
What a strike. Otmo able to pick up the perfectly thrown ball there. And my goodness, what looked like it was going to be disastrous turns into maybe the best play of the year we've seen here. Looking back on the replay as I was kind of
Marker put that
watching it
on
back.
a line.
That is exactly it. JoJo Marker put it in the exact
Now
spot.
batting is number 15, Piper Palmer.
Be expecting to see that one on social media later on. I'll be cutting that one up and putting it out for everybody to see. What a spectacular play there. My goodness. This is now Piper Palmer, the DH. She reached on, she had a walk back in the first inning. And next pitch, going to be off the plate. So I was trying to think, I guess officially that would be a triple for Brooklyn Pierce, but then an out at the plate. So I believe that is how you score something like that. But again, I'm no baseball expert, but pretty because like if somebody gets thrown out at third, you give them a double and then they're out. So I think it'd be the same concept, but
So down 3-0 quickly right there, going to be able to keep the AB alive.
again, Palmer reached on a walk last time, so trying to avoid the same fate here as Groom. And that one's going to be chopped. Mixon makes a good stab at it, just not quite able to get over and make the play. So that will be a weak CNI single for Miss Piper Palmer. We'll bring up now Tinley Tiemann. She hit a double back in the first.
Up to bat is number 6, Tinley Tiemann.
We also, if I'm not mistaken, she was the one that put it over the fence back in Athens as well. So saw a couple of home runs that game.
She's going to take the first one for a strike.
Again, one out, runner on first. And that one going to be hit up in the air. Mixon going to have a chance. Oh, it's going to be an infield, or should have been an infield fly. Okay, yeah. Ref back on second, or umpire back on second was calling her out from the beginning. So infield fly will be applied here.
I don't think it got enough elevation to get the infield fly right there, but the throw to second, able to pick off that lead
Now batting
runner,
is number 13, Christina Roberts.
is how that one is going to go.
Agree to disagree. Because the only reason I said, because he was calling her out before the throw was even made. So you may be correct on the interpretation of the rule, but from what he was calling, I think it was.
I'm just calling it from what what I'm seeing here, because if the infield fly was called, the first base runner would not be there right now, as the first base runner shouldn't have had to run.
Well, there's been a couple of things tonight that have been questioned, like allowing the runner to get up to second earlier.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So
Very true.
Again, not agreeing or not trying to just disagree with you, but I think there's been a couple things tonight I've seen that have been somewhat questioned. And again, I'm no rules expert, but that one's going to be hit high up into right field. Going to get down. Good job of getting it in to the infield there by Fernandez. So we'll keep runners now on the corners. 2 outs. It does bring up
Now
the
batting number 5, Abby Marquez.
leadoff hitter, Abby Marquez. Reached both times so far, but has been on walks. So trying to get out of the inning here for consecutive shutdown innings are the Lady Panthers. And that one going to be hit high in the air. Gherkin going to have a chance at it and makes the snag. So, again, a little stress there, at least to start off the inning, but the Lady Panthers able to pull it out. No problem. Still holding on to their 1-run lead here, 5-4. Let's go ahead and take another short break. We'll come back right after this here on Cedar Creek Media. Hey, Mom and Dad, what's one of the most overlooked safety features in a car? Everyone checks for seatbelts, turn signals, and airbags, but when's the last time you checked your son or daughter's tire tread? K&S Tires and 7 Points cares about your family's automotive safety and offers a full line of quality tires installed by a team of experts to help give you peace of mind as your loved ones drive to work, school, or run errands around town. Stop by K&S Tire today, just south of the light in 7 Points, and let them help keep your family safe on the roadways all year long. K&S Tires, great tires at wholesale prices.
Golden Chick's new Golden Bowl is so big, it's a whole lot of yes and a whole lot of yum. So if you like big bowls, then we cannot lie. The new loaded mashed potato bowl is a whole lot of Golden Chick, a big bowl you can't deny.
All right, back here to it. Cedar Creek Media. Mabank going to have a chance here in the bottom of the third, try and add on a couple of insurance runs. Still going to be the same battery out there for the Lady Hornets. Number 11, Mia Tinsley on the mound. Number 13, Christina Roberts behind the plate. Leading off the inning is going to be first baseman Callie Davis for your Lady Panthers. Davis back in the first had a sacrifice. It was kind of just like a sacrifice ground out, I guess you could say. So sacrifice hit or whatever
Now
with an
batting is number
RBI.
25, Callie Davis.
So may have not got the hit that she wanted, but does get one in the RBI column. Let's see if she can now add to her hit column. First pitch to her is going to just kind of die. Sounded like it was hit really hard off the plate or off the bat, but just kind of hung there. And Pugh able to come over and make a play on it from shortstop. So we'll be one out on one pitch here.
Up to bat is number 7, Emery Groom.
Now brings up the pitcher, Emery Groom. She had a sac fly with an RBI back in the first. First pitch to her.
Right down the middle.
Yep, going to catch the plate. She climbs back into the box here. 1-0 is swung on and missed, so took a big cut at that off-speed pitch, but now going to find herself down 0-2. Got to protect that plate. And now she's going to tap one. Pugh going to have to come up, make a play, throws in the dirt, and gets away. So that will be a free pass there. The old, the physical way, I guess you would say, is a reach on an error. So we've seen Pugh make quite a few really nice plays tonight, but that time, unfortunately for her, just not quite able to be accurate on her throw.
Now up to bat is number 3, Emmy Barnes.
So that brings up the left fielder, Emmy Barnes. Runner on first, just the one out now in the inning, and she's going to wear one on the elbow. So hit by pitch. That will now put runners on first and second and bring up Miss Journey Jakeway. She had a single in her first plate appearance. She can duplicate that.
Up to bat is number 6, Journey Jakeway.
Potential for a couple of RBIs. She's got a couple of speedsters on the base paths here. And she's going to tap one foul on the first pitch she sees. So it seems like they're seeing something from Tinsley they like. They're attacking early in the count here, JD. It's not something we saw even really back at the beginning of this game. That pitch going to be well outside for a ball.
Yeah, and it's really a nice pitch from Tinsley that she's been getting them with, because just about everyone has been rolling over on that pitch and ending up at a ground out.
And, ooh, that's going to get her on the foot. So back-to-back hit by pitches. And that one kind of a frustrating one as it was kind of dying and ended up just tapping Jakeway on the top of the foot. That will now load the bases.
Now batting is number 5, Angie Fernandez.
Right fielder Fernandez has a chance to be a hitter here, pick up some RBIs. The first pitch to her is going to be inside and high. One-0 pitch is, offered at So she stepped back on it and still tried to swing. Pitch was a little bit to the inside. Probably would have been another ball, but just kind of got caught fishing right there, you know. 1-1 pitch, and that's going to be inside and get through. Nobody going to try and make it through there. As Groom is going to stay settled over at third base. So 2-1 now the count. Fernandez grounded out to third in her first plate appearance. And this one's going to be tapped over to third. And, not able to make the play. It was a good throw there by Tiemann, but Roberts just, I think, took her eye off of the ball and started looking at the runner, worried about contact, and is just not able to make the play. The throw was, maybe 6-8 inches off of the chest there, so she had to reach for it a bit, but really was a pretty good throw there by Tiemann. Can't blame it on that.
Now up to bat is number 11, Aaron Otmo.
So we'll go ahead and call that a reach on Aaron, an unearned run. Does bring up the catcher, Aaron Otmo, who's going to smash one to Pugh. Pugh does a good job of being able to knock it down and make one play. So able to get Fernandez at second, but it will be another RBI on a fielder's choice. So Otmo now with her first RBI of the game.
13, JoJo Marker.
So a single, a double, and then the fielder's choice that resulted in the RBI. Brings up shortstop JoJo Marker, who is now going to hit one over to Pugh. Pugh has it, throws over to first, and that time able to make the play with no drama to end the inning. So Mabank able to tack on some insurance here. Let's see if they can keep Athens off the scorebooks whenever we come back here for the top of the fourth right after this here on Cedar Creek Media.
For nearly 30 years, Carrie Harris Satellite has been the Lake area's trusted satellite and internet retailer by putting the customer and their needs first. And we here at Cedar Creek Media can attest to that. I'm JD Bird with Cedar Creek Media, and we're not just partners, we're customers of Carrie Harris Satellite, and can't recommend him and his friendly team highly enough. Stop by Carrie Harris Satellite in Athens today and ask how they can get you set up with Dish, Spectrum, Starlink, Boost Mobile, and more at 103 La Costa Street in Athens, or call 903-677-9522. Again, that's 903-677-9522.
Jeff Van Horn and his team at Precision Spray Foam want to help you protect your investments and potentially lower your energy bill with a new layer of insulating spray foam for your home, barndominium, or metal building. Why choose Precision Spray Foam? Because they can help deter moisture, improve comfort and air quality, and provide extra strength to your building for years to come, all while being environmentally friendly and cost-effective. Jeff and his team make installation a breeze and can retrofit for any need. Call Precision Spray Foam today at 903-880-6323. That's 903-880-6323 for your free estimate today. Precision Spray Foam, part of the Van Horn Construction family and proud supporter of Mabank Athletics. All right, back to it here. Mabank nursing a 7-4 lead here going into the top of the fourth. Going to be the two-hole hitter, left fielder, Kayla Murray, start off the half inning. Took a mighty hack at the first pitch she saw and fouled it back, so 0-1 will be the count. Still got Miss Emery Groom on the bump. Defensive settings looks to be just about all the same. That sun's starting to set down. Going to be a factor for defense, the defense in the field. Now is Murray able to get the bunt down. Good job by Mixon covering over on first base, able to be there to make the play. So that'll be one out as Murray grounds out to the pitcher. Speaking of pitcher, brings up the opposing pitcher, Mia Tinsley. Has a 2 RBI double and a walk so far tonight. First pitch to her, going to be off speed. I'm going to say just a bit inside. So 1-0 pitch. And that one a little low and off the plate. So 2-0 now the count. Again, after a rough first inning, Groom has done a great job of settling into this one. And that one also going to be a little off the plate. So 3-0 here to start off. Tinsley in her third at-bat of the night. And that one going to be hit. It ends up rolling into right field. Fernandez able to get over to it quickly and get it in. So keeps it as just a CNI single, but that will be the second hit of the night for Miss Tinsley.
Ava Pugh.
Brings up the shortstop, Ava Pugh. Pugh has reached on an error and was, I believe she was the one that was out on that fielder's choice back in the second inning. Can't remember if somebody else or her, but either way, hit into a fielder's choice, so it resulted in an out. Ooh. Somebody banging on the bleachers over there by our microphone. Sorry about that, folks. So 1-0 count, runner on first, one out, lots of ones. And going to try and throw back behind the runner, and safe is Tinsley. So Otmo keeping her honest over there. Count is evened up at 1-1. And next pitch, gonna saying it's a little off the plate. Looked pretty good from here, but Pugh does a good job to lay off of it. Finds herself now in a 2-1 count. Groom sets, and next pitch going to be the inside. So 3-1 now the count. Three-one pitch on the way. It's going to be inside, so that will be a free pass there. So in the first inning, Groom gave up 1, 2, 3 walks. Now, since that time, that is just her third walk given up. So
Now batting is number 7, Layla Carnes.
Still, every once in a while, having a little trouble locating the strike zone, but compared to what that first inning was, again, she's done a good job of digging herself out of the way things started.
Great first pitch right there to get ahead.
This is the first baseman, Layla Carnes. Had an RBI single and also hit it into a fielder's choice to end the second inning. So 1 for 2 officially here tonight. And next pitch is going to be hit well out to left field. It's going to get all the way to the wall. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score. So that will be a 2 RBI double for Layla Carnes. Now going to find herself with 3 RBIs for the night. So it's been a while since Athens was able to put any runs on the board, but they're able to do it here in the top of the 4th. We'll now bring up right fielder Brooklyn Pierce. She was the one that was gunned down in that fantastic play to back in the, I guess it was last inning, in the 3rd inning. Looked like she was going to have an in-the-park home run, but beautiful relay from the outfield to JoJo Marker. Marker just absolutely gunned her down at the plate. She's going to slap another one. It's going to get between the left field and center field gap. That'll score a run and bring her all the way into 3rd. So that will, in the official book, be her 2nd triple of the night for Brooklyn Pierce. that one will result in an RBI, so things all knotted back up here.
Now batting is number
7-7.
15, Piper Palmer.
So going to be a bit of a mound visit going on here. Looks like it's going to be a players-only meeting. So that will now bring up Piper Palmer. Bunt goes foul. So 0-1 count. Again, not a backup. 7-7 here. Bases are, I was going to say empty, but that is not true. Pierce over there on third. So still an RBI chance here for Palmer. And she's going to smack one. That's going to float and get down between second and right field. So that will be a single and an RBI for Piper Palmer. And Athens regains the lead here in the top of the fourth. 8-7 now. So Palmer will be standing on first, and that will bring up the third baseman, Tinley Tiemann. Tiemann so far tonight. It's got the double, and then the fielder's choice / infield fly / whatever they decided, the second base umpire over there decided to call.
She takes a mighty hack at the first one.
Because, again, thinking back to what you said, you're right. That would have been the first baseman that was out, but he was calling the out before this throw was even at second base. So I have no idea. I think he just kind of lost control and said, you know what, there's an out. There's an out somewhere.
One of y'all walk back to the dugout over there.
Next pitch is going to be called a strike on the outside corner. So now 1-2 here. And I know football refs don't get paid like a whole lot for what they do. And I know basketball is even less. And I would say baseball is probably even less than that. So I'm sure these guys are out here working for not much. So, there's so much you can do, you know what I mean, at a time. And these guys are working really really long, hard hours for not much pay. So I'm sure at certain points you're like, yeah, look, we all know there was an out. It may not be perfect, but dadgummit, it's,
it is what it is.
It's within the rules, or within the forgivable error or the forgivable margins of the rules. You know what I'm saying? So 2-2 now the count. This feels like it's been an at-bats going on for quite some time. It's Tiemann trying to keep the inning going. It's going to hit one way high in the air. I mean, that thing went a mile in the sky. Phillips ranged over, hoping that she would have a chance for it. I mean, that was a moonshot right there. It ended up going foul. I'm not even sure how she hit it that high in that angle. I mean, it was like right over the third base dugout. Now they're going to hit another one high in the air. Gherkin going to have to come up. Oh, can't glove it, but they're going to have a chance to make up for it. Yep. Palmer wasn't running on the ball hit way up in the sky, so she's going to get knocked off there at first. So it'll officially go down as a reach on error for Tiemann.
Now batting is number 13, Christina Roberts.
Be now 2 outs and the catcher up. Christina Roberts has struck out and hit a single so far tonight. Athens again up in this one, 8-7 now. They're going to try and check the runner back over at first was Otmo, but throw well behind the intended target. Target zone, I guess, timing, whatever I'm trying to say. Words speak I sometimes, you know. Next pitch going to be low and inside. So now 2-0 to the catcher, who steps out, checks the signs back to her coach. Checks the armband, takes a little practice swing before stepping back in here. Next pitch is going to be hit. Mixon able to scoop and make the play just in time over at second base, so it'll be a fielder's choice to end the half inning. But the damage has been done. Athens able to reclaim the lead 8-7. Let's see if the Lady Panthers are able to respond back in the bottom half of the inning. Before that, we're going to take a break. Be right back right after this here on Cedar Creek Media.
Parks Environmental Services, located on 405 West Mason Street, provides customer service-driven experience that counts. They offer erosion control services such as rock filter dams and retaining walls, soil stabilization services like hydro seeding and sodding, as well as construction services such as land clearing and subdivision maintenance. Call Parks Environmental Services, the erosion control specialist, at 214-693-8056. And for any forestry mulching needs, call Right of Way Land Clearing at the same number. Again, that's 214-693-8056. Parks Environmental Services, putting it down to protect your ground.
Kylie with Double K Photography will help you never forget all those special occasions, wedding and maternity photos, as well as family and senior portraits, just to name a few. With over 5 years of professional experience, Kylie can transform your wildest dreams into reality with pricing options available to fit every budget. Contact Kylie by email to book today at hello@doubleKphotography.studio or online at www.doublekphotography.studio, where you can also see samples from Kylie's previous works and client testimonials. Double K Photography, a proud supporter of Mabank Athletics. Well, JD, it sounds like somebody down there is about done with baseball. You hear that?
Somebody done with the softball, yeah.
Or softball, yeah, excuse me. But we're not. We're back here on it. And right there, first pitch of the half inning, going to be stroked right up the middle there for Trinity Mixon. So she'll have her second single of the ball game. Before we can even say we're back to the action.
Now batting is number 2, Savannah Phillips.
Brings up the third baseman, Savannah Phillips. She has flown out, also hitting a 2 RBI double so far tonight. And again, she went yard last night against Lindale. So let's see if maybe she can make that 2 days in a row. First pitch to her, going to be high and off the plate for ball 1. You know, funny enough, I was just seeing Mixon has an RBI tonight. But came on that double play. I forgot about that. So I think she wanted her base running ability back. So she hit into a double play there in that second inning, but came back with an immediate single. I mean, one of the quickest hits we've seen to start off an inning, as that's going to be fouled straight back. And, ooh. Hits right there in the bleachers. Yeah. That was definitely a headhunting. And now Phillips going to find herself with 2 strikes. Going to have to protect the plate. Right? No, maybe I'm crazy. I thought she had 2 fouls already. Next pitch, she's going to sky that one. A couple of Lady Hornets ranging over, and play going to be made, but we have got a player down. Look like that was the shortstop, Ava Pugh.
Yeah, it looked like just a lack of communication on who was going to handle that one, and I think Pugh might have got the back of her ankle stepped on.
And she's going to step up, walk it off there. So she's going to be, looks like she's going to be okay. So good to see. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure who that, I believe it was maybe center fielder Abby Marquez that was also coming up to make the play. Yeah, it was. So now I can see it. So it was Marquez that came up, actually did make the play,
Callie Davis.
but ran into her own lady in the process. So it'll be a fly out either way. And it will now bring up the first baseman, Callie Davis, and she's going to swing at the first thing she sees. Now, that is somebody you can be expecting a first pitch swing if she doesn't really care. If she sees something she likes, she's going to go for it, period. Not bashful.
Not afraid to hit, that is for sure.
No. So you find yourself down 0-1 here. And next pitch is going to be high and off the plate, so even things up at 1-1. Callie hasn't got on base so far tonight. She flew out to the shortstop back in the third, but did have a sacrifice back in the first, so it has an RBI on the board. And that one's going to be a rip. Gets right past the glove of Tiemann over there on third base, so it will be a hot shot over to the hot corner. Mixon moves up to second, and that will be the first official hit of the night for Miss Davis.
Now batting is number 7, Emery Groom.
We'll bring up the pitcher, number 7, Emery Groom, as you heard. She's got a sac fly with an RBI and reached on an error so far tonight. So she's going to foul one high in the air, and that will be caught. So Roberts had just enough room to be able to range back over and make the play. So that will be the second out now of the inning. Brings up the left fielder, number 3, Emmy Barnes. Emmy doesn't have an official at-bat yet tonight.
I think they're going to make a little substitution here.
That is exactly it. So you've got a pinch hitter coming in. That is number 4, the freshman, Mackenzie Juarez.
Up to bat is number 4, Mackenzie Juarez.
Let's see. I'm sorry, I was writing it down. What happened there, JD?
A little swing and a miss right there on pitch 1.
Got you. Sorry, I was trying to jot down in my stat collection here. Is the next pitch going to be off the plate for a ball?
No, he's going to say it got the corner.
What? Oh, man.
That was
I disagree with that.
That's a call and a half right there.
Yeah, I disagree with that one. I didn't even look to see anything because I knew it was a ball.
That's a call, man.
Oh, man.
That one is going to be a ball.
Yeah, so 1-2. Okay, as long as I'm not crazy. I was like, man, I swear it seemed like that was way off of there. But
I think the whole box up here is in agreement with you.
Okay. And now that one is going to be grooved right in. So going to go down looking, and that is the way the half inning will end. So Athens still going to be nursing this 8-7 lead. Going to take us another short break. We'll come back after this here on Cedar Creek Media. Hey, Mom and Dad, what's one of the most overlooked safety features in a car? Everyone checks for seatbelts, turn signals, and airbags, but when's the last time you checked your son or daughter's tire tread? K&S Tires and 7 Points cares about your family's automotive safety and offers a full line of quality tires installed by a team of experts to help give you peace of mind as your loved ones drive to work, school, or run errands around town. Stop by K&S Tire today, just south of the light in 7 Points, and let them help keep your family safe on the roadways all year long. K&S Tires, great tires at wholesale prices.
Golden Chick's new Golden Bowl is so big, it's a whole lot of yes and a whole lot of yum. So if you like big bowls, then we cannot lie. The new loaded mashed potato bowl is a whole lot of Golden Chick, a big bowl you can't deny.
All right, so while we were away, we saw that there is a new pitcher into the ball game. That is Miss Emmy Barnes. That's why we didn't see her and her AB there. She was in the bullpen getting all warmed up, so Barnes, again, going to be moving over to play or to be on the mound. Didn't quite see. I would kind of assume Emery Groom is over in left field now. Can you see?
She is out there in left now, yes.
So just a tick for tack. Trade over. Looks like the rest of the defense is going to remain the same. So let's see what Miss Barnes can do here. Again, Athens sporting a one-run lead here going into the top of the fifth.
Is number 5, Abby Marquez.
Going to be the leadoff hitter, Abby Marquez, to start off the half inning.
Going to be a first pitch strike right there.
Like that. Marquez officially 0 for 1 tonight. 2 walks and a fly out. Now she's going to tap one. Mixon just got on her too fast. Yeah. So that was a screamer hit right at second base. Trinity Mixon just not quite able to get the glove down in time to make the play. So that will be a leadoff single for Marquez, and that will be her first official hit of the ball game, but third time to make it on to the base paths. Brings up Michaela Murray. She has struck out, she has walked, and she has grounded out to the pitcher so far tonight. First pitch is going to be tapped foul. We've seen this a bunch. At the beginning of her ABs, she kind of offers as bunts. Last time after one bunt foul, they had her start swinging away. All right, fix that. And, all right, guess we'll have to mute our crowd noise for a bit.
Up to bat is number 11, Mia Tinsley.
Sorry, I missed what was happening there. Don't want to put something out over the air we don't want to have, so always got to be cautious with things like that. But I do know it's an out because there was an out recorded. And now we got a new lady up to bat. So this is the pitcher, Mia Tinsley. She shot one foul there, so 1-1 the count. And again, we have a new pitcher out here in the fifth inning. It's Miss Emmy Barnes. Been playing out in left field, but coming to clean things up from the pitcher's mound. That one's going to be a little outside. I guess I should wait and double check because that pitch looked like it was pretty close to in the same spot as that one earlier. But no. And now, big swing, ends up shooting one foul. So far, Tinsley tonight has doubled, singled, and walked, so has gotten on base every time she's been up. See if they can end the streak here. And that one also going to be off the plate, so fills things up 3-2 now. Again, one out, runner on second. Payoff pitch and a big swing and a miss. Going to have to throw it over to first as the drop third strike rule applied there, but either way, it does go down as a strikeout. First time Tinsley has not reached base tonight. That will now bring up the shortstop, Ava Pugh.
Up to bat is number 3, Ava Pugh.
She's had kind of the opposite night so far. Reach on an error, was out on a fielder's choice, and has walked. So, been a bit of a struggle from the plate as she'll now send one right up the middle. And that will be an RBI single. So with one swing of the bat, she changes her stat line dramatically. And that adds another insurance run now, 9-7. Athens on top. Sorry, JD, I didn't ever switch over to our big camera. I've been on the webcam the whole time. I'm sorry. Not the whole time, but during this inning. Ball got passed, and that results in a steal there. As Pugh able to move up to second base, so puts herself in scoring position. Carnes has been hitting the ball well tonight, has an RBI single and a 2 RBI double. And now she's going to hit one well, gets over the head of Barnes out in left field, or excuse me, Groom out in left field. So that will be another RBI and another double for Layla Carnes. Now a 4 RBI night for the first baseman. Brings up right fielder Brooklyn Pierce. She has got back-to-back triples. Again, the one in the third actually resulted in an out. She was trying to stretch it to an inside-the-park home run, but was gunned down. But then back in the fourth, had an RBI triple. One of the few true slap hitters we've seen this year. And now she's going to slap one. Marker gets it and able to make the play over at first. So that was a beautiful, beautiful throw by JoJo Marker.
And that is the way that they will be able to get out of the inning.
I was going to say, I thought that was the third out, but they kind of took a little while to make that decision. So, but yeah, so another insurance run tacked on by the Athens Lady Hornets. Let's go ahead and take another break, and we'll come back and see if the Lady Panthers are able to claw back into the lead right after this.
For nearly 30 years, Carrie Harris Satellite has been the Lake area's trusted satellite and internet retailer by putting the customer and their needs first. And we here at Cedar Creek Media can attest to that. I'm JD Bird with Cedar Creek Media, and we're not just partners, we're customers of Carrie Harris Satellite, and can't recommend him and his friendly team highly enough. Stop by Carrie Harris Satellite in Athens today and ask how they can get you set up with Dish, Spectrum, Starlink, Boost Mobile, and more at 103 La Costa Street in Athens, or call 903-677-9522. Again, that's 903-677-9522.
Jeff Van Horn and his team at Precision Spray Foam want to help you protect your investments and potentially lower your energy bill with a new layer of insulating spray foam for your home, barndominium, or metal building. Why choose Precision Spray Foam? Because they can help deter moisture, improve comfort and air quality, and provide extra strength to your building for years to come, all while being environmentally friendly and cost-effective. Jeff and his team make installation a breeze and can retrofit for any need. Call Precision Spray Foam today at 903-880-6323. That's 903-880-6323 for your free estimate today. Precision Spray Foam, part of the Van Horn Construction family and proud supporter of Mabank Athletics. All right, here we go. Ready to get the bottom half of the inning going. It is the designated hitter, Miss Journey Jakeway, to start things off here for the Lady Panthers. Has singled and been hit by a pitch so far tonight. Next pitch is going to be inside, bounces up. Kind of looked a little scary there for a second. I'm sure you've had it before, some ball bounce off the ground and come knock you right in the nose. I'm telling you, you're not expecting it. You know, if it's thrown at you, you can at least be ready for it. But when it bounces off the ground, you're just not prepared. Now she's going to smoke one down the third base line. Oh, that was a good recovery there by Tiemann. Ball was hit deep into the pocket. She did a very good job being able to get a glove on it and make a strong throw over to first. It did bounce, but wasn't well enough time. Brings up now the right fielder, Angie Fernandez. She's going to smack the first thing she sees, and that rolls right between the second and first base gap. And that will be a C&I single in the first hit of the half inning here for the Mabank Lady Panthers. It's also going to flip over the order, and we'll bring up the catcher, number 11, Aaron Otmo.
Now to bat is number 11, Aaron Otmo.
She got a single and a double, hit into a fielder's choice, but picked up an RBI. So she's had a pretty productive night from the plate. Let's see if she can help the Lady Panthers get back into this, as the first pitch she sees is well off the plate. So 1-0. Again, it's a 10-7 lead for Athens. So Mabank going to have to get to chipping away here pretty quickly. You're in this fifth inning. With the out that's already gone, technically you've got, 8 outs to work with here. So 1-1 pitch is going to be hit right at Pugh. Make the play at second and can't get the double play, but they are able to tag off the leadoff runner, and that will be a fielder's choice for Otmo, second of the night. So we'll drop her down to 2 for 4 tonight. Brings up the shortstop, JoJo Marker. Singled back in the first, is walked and ground out since then. Runner on first, 2 outs. First pitch, and they're going to give it a strike right down Old Broadway there. And, ooh, mighty cut there from the shortstop, but not able to make contact. So now finds yourself down 0-2. And now she's going to hit one high in the air, going to float and go foul. So ends up over in the drink of, actually, JD, as I look over there, it's actually dried up quite a bit since just us being here. That little reservoir over there. Lake Lady Panther, we'll call it. And, ooh, going to be a strikeout looking. That one was right down the heart of the plate. I think Marker just wasn't quite ready for it there, and that is the way the half inning goes down. So Mabank not able to put any runs on the board. You're going to, again, have to get to clawing here pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and take another short break. We'll come back right after this here on Cedar Creek Media.
Parks Environmental Services, located on 405 West Mason Street, provides customer service-driven experience that counts. They offer erosion control services such as rock filter dams and retaining walls, soil stabilization services like hydro seeding and sodding, as well as construction services such as land clearing and subdivision maintenance. Call Parks Environmental Services, the erosion control specialist, at 214-693-8056. And for any forestry mulching needs, call Right-of-Way Land Clearing at the same number. Again, that's 214-693-8056. Parks Environmental Services, putting it down to protect your ground.
Kylie with Double K Photography will help you never forget all those special occasions, wedding and maternity photos, as well as family and senior portraits, just to name a few. With over 5 years of professional experience, Kylie can transform your wildest dreams into reality with pricing options available to fit every budget. Contact Kylie by email to book today at hello@doubleKphotography.studio or online at www.doubleKphotography.studio, where you can also see samples from Kylie's previous works and client testimonials. Double K Photography, a proud supporter of Mabank Athletics. All right, back to it here. 10-7. Still the deficit for your Lady Panthers. Trying to hold Athens off the board here. Going to have the designated hitter to deal with first. Number 15, Piper Palmer. Couple of singles and a walk so far tonight. Also has an RBI. She's going to hit one over towards third. Phillips able to scoop and make the play. So easy first out of the inning here.
quick first out. If that,
Yeah, absolutely. That's one thing Savannah Phillips is really good at there, is just making those routine
Now
plays
batting is
over
number
at
6,
third base.
Henley Tiemann.
And first pitch inside to Tiemann. I think she was trying to wear it there, but honestly, I don't think it quite got enough to get to her, as it was off the bounce that Otmo caught it there. So 1-0. And, ooh, big cut there. Strike. So evens things up, 1-1. And next pitch from Barnes going to be off the plate. Puts Tiemann back in control, 2-1. Again, for such a small frame, we've seen her hit the ball well. Saw an out the park home run from her back in Athens. It's also in a good spot here now. 3-1, so the hitters count for her. And next pitch is going to be high, so that will be another walk surrendered here by the Lady Panthers. That will bring up the catcher, Christina Roberts. Has one
Now batting is
single,
number 13, Christina Roberts.
struck out and hit into a fielder's choice so far, so officially 1 for 3 for the night. Barnes trying to get out of the inning clean here with just the 1 out so far. Roberts set for a bunt, pulled back, then started to swing, and then pulled back from the swing as well. So a lot of movement for a pitch that she doesn't swing at on that one. Rightfully so, as the pitch was a ball, so. 1-0 is going to be tapped foul. So again, it sounded like good contact, but just somehow was just hanging out in the batter's
Died
box
right
there.
in front of her, yeah.
Also takes her fair share of time between pitches. She looked again to set the bunt, and this time does go ahead and take the big swing. So 2 strikes now on her. 1-2 count to be exact. Runner on first, 1 out. And that's going to go.
Gonna get by.
Yep. So that'll play right there. And that will be the second strikeout of the night for Miss Roberts. Flips over the batting order yet again for the Lady Hornets. We'll bring up Abby Marquez. Oof. See, and that's why you got foul screened right there, as that one would have ended up in my face. Well, I guess we're in the box, too. We're not used to being in the box during baseball, softball games, so. Yeah.
That's very true.
We appreciate the Lady Panthers for having a space for us. And, oh, now that pitch is going to get behind. So just kind of fell out of Barnes' hand there. Ended up behind Marquez. Runner also able to move up to second base. And that pitch going to be tapped. Gherkin able to make the play. So that is the way that half inning will end. So able to keep them off of the scoreboard there, if not the base paths. And still a lot of work to do here for the Lady Panthers. Let's see what they can do with it right after this here on Cedar Creek Media. Hey, Mom and Dad, what's one of the most overlooked safety features in a car? Everyone checks for seatbelts, turn signals, and airbags, but when's the last time you checked your son or daughter's tire tread? K&S Tires and 7 Points cares about your family's automotive safety and offers a full line of quality tires installed by a team of experts to help give you peace of mind as your loved ones drive to work, school, or run errands around town. Stop by K&S Tire today, just south of the light in 7 Points, and let them help keep your family safe on the roadways all year long. K&S Tires, great tires at wholesale prices.
Golden Chick's new Golden Bowl is so big, it's a whole lot of yes and a whole lot of yum. So if you like big bowls, then we cannot lie. The new loaded mashed potato bowl is a whole lot of Golden Chick, a big bowl you can't deny.
Well, JD, apparently we have to throw some WD-40 on that little button there. Starting to stick on me. Imagine that.
If it ain't one thing, it's another.
I'm telling you, ain't it? I'm so excited about our new carrying bag, and now, of course, I got a button that's sticky. But, hey, we're back to it, folks. Bottom of the sixth here. Mabank down 10-7. Got to find some offense here in the later innings. Looking for second baseman Trinity Mixon to maybe get things started here. Mixon's got 2 singles, hit into a double play, but picked up an RBI on the play. So she's had a pretty good night so far from the dish.
She knocks that one foul.
Yeah, she knocked that one foul. Let's see if she can get some kind of rally going here for Mabank. Count is 1-1 here. Next pitch is, looked like it might have had a chance to hit her out of the hand, but somehow able to curl in just enough to not make contact with Mixon, but it will be another ball. Next pitch is going to be hit well, gets over the top of the second baseman's head, and trying to cut her off back at first base ends up hurting the Lady Hornets as the ball got away and Mixon able to scoot up an extra few feet to second base. So that was right fielder Brooklyn Pierce trying to do something extra out there.
Yeah, that right there is why they tell you usually not to make that play.
Absolutely.
Because there is nobody to back that one up.
No, and Mixon's not exactly a slow runner, so I'm not exactly sure what the thought process was there. She was going to beat the throw by a mile regardless. Now that brings up third baseman Savannah Phillips, and she's going to hit one hard. Pugh can't get a clean glove on it, and she's just going to have to eat it. So Phillips able to get on base. So now 2 on, nobody out, and brings up the big power threat and first baseman Callie Davis.
Now batting is number 25, Callie Davis.
Let's see what her approach is here. We know she usually likes to swing at the first thing she sees that she likes. Lays off that first pitch. Going to go for a ball. One-oh pitch on the way is going to hit her on the foot. So Davis tried to step back out of the way. I think she wanted to hit, not be hit there. But ends up taking a tag off the right toe.
Now batting is number 7, Emery Groom.
So that brings up Emery Groom. Groom pitched pretty well here tonight, but has been relieved since then, is playing left field. Now let's see if it can transition to her doing something with the bat. First pitch to her. It's going to be grooved
right
in.
down the middle, yeah.
Yeah, for a strike. So 0-1 the count. And that one going to be inside. So even things up 1-1 now. Still Mia Tinsley out on the mound for the Lady Hornets, so she has definitely been worked hard so far tonight. And, ooh, Groom trying to be a hitter there, wanting to be a hero. Swung at a pitch low and inside, so now finds herself with 2 strikes, but no outs here. And again, just down 3, 10-7. Tying runs on base. Is she going to be able to tap one over? Is going to be a fielder's choice out at the plate. So get the lead runner. And that will now bring up your current pitcher, Miss Emmy Barnes.
Emmy Barnes.
Emmy has walked and been hit by a pitch in her first 2 at-bats. Was relieved back in the 4th. And that was number 4, Mackenzie Juarez came in, struck out. So looking for a little more production here out of the 7-hole. Oh-1 count. And it's going to be inside to even things up 1-1. And now slapped one over. Ended up going just foul. A few feet past the third base line there. Coach Currington giving her a little respect, or talking to, saying, straighten that out. Hit that towards second base. And this is a whole new ball game. And now she'll foul one straight back. So good job fighting off a tough pitch there. Keeps the count at 1-2.
Nice long at bat here, staying in there and battling.
Absolutely. So another 1-2 pitch on the way, and it's going to be inside. Oh, nerves of steel right there to take that pitch from Barnes. Looked pretty good, but it does float just a bit too far inside. So even things up now, 2-2. Again, bases loaded, just the 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Then she'll take another pitch on the inside there. So Tinsley going to have to be careful not to lose her here and walk in a run. You got Journey Jakeway hanging out in the on-deck circle waiting for her cuts. And that's going to be inside.
Man.
So that will be a walk for Miss Emmy Barnes. That will put a run on the board. Keeps the bases loaded. Still just the 1 out. And as we mentioned, Jakeway now climbing into the box.
Jakeway.
Goodness. Well, I started to talk, and then I was listening at the same time, and it just all kind of fell apart for me. Now Jakeway going to smash
down the
one past third.
line.
Yeah, third baseman Tiemann touched it. So it's a fair ball, even if it was on the outside of the line. And that is a 2 RBI double for Journey Jakeway. Get the Lady Panthers right back into this ball game.
Yeah, that ties it all up right there.
That'll work. That will work. Looks like Athens going to take a second to discuss things. Wonder if there's some potential for a pitching change here. Doesn't really look like it. It looks like maybe they're just going to take an extra second, talk things over. Give us a second to remind you that on Friday, we'll have baseball action here on the Mabank Athletics YouTube channel. It will be the same teams, just a different sport, you know?
Yes, sir.
Your boy baseball team, that was a weird way to say that, but the baseball team will be hosting the Hornets over there at the bank. First pitch is, I'm not sure, 7 or 7:30 on Friday. We'll let you know before then. All right, brings up the 9-hole hitter, Angie Fernandez. Had a single in her last AB.
And she can do it again.
She does. Just kind of pops one right there between short and second base. Jakeway was almost kind of like putting a pick there. She did not move off the bag. Made the Lady Hornets play around her.
Up to bat is number 11.
Well,
Aaron
the Lady
Harper.
Hornets have been playing this really wide defense all night, leaving second base just completely alone. And so that was the perfect place to really pop that one up to.
Absolutely. So Fernandez now with back-to-back singles in her last 2 plate appearances, and that one gets an RBI as well. Now back to the top of the lineup. It's Aaron Otmo up to bat. Took first pitch for a ball. Second pitch is going to be the same thing and actually gets past the catcher and gets back to the backstop. So that will move everybody up another base. So Jakeway now on third, Fernandez on second. So Otmo going to have some chance to do some real damage here. Next pitch is going to be well off the plate. So 3-0 count. And that pitch is going to be off the plate as well.
So she decided to hop over it and not wear it on the shins, waited 2 more pitches, and ended up getting the same result anyway. So
Now batting
Hey,
is
that
nice
works.
AB right
JoJo
there.
Marker.
Fills it right back up, JD. So bases are loaded. Ducks on the pond. Still just the 1 out. And you have got JoJo Marker up to bat. Pitch well inside, close to the kneecap there of Miss Marker. So she will start off with the ball. Next pitch. Oh, going to
Right
hit her
in
in
the
the
helmet.
head. So she ducked there and ended up clanking off of her head. So this will now be a full go-through as the lady who led off the inning, Miss Trinity Mixon, back up to bat. Had a single earlier in this
Trinity
inning.
Mixon.
Has 3 singles so far tonight. First pitch to her is going to be high. And after coming into the inning being down by 3 runs,
Put up 5 runs.
put up 5. And look, that's going to be a hit right off the gluteus maximus there. So Miss Mixon going to wear one. And that will be another run for your Lady Panthers. And there's going to be some discussion now.
Man, and what a situation for Mabank right now as still bases loaded. Now you get your power hitters coming up.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You've got the 1-2 punch of Savannah Phillips and Callie Davis, still with just the 1 out in the inning. And it looks like Athens coaching staff going to take an extra second. You know, JD, I'm not 100% sure because I know in baseball, if the players keep getting hit by pitch, there is eventually a grounds for removal for the pitcher, not as like necessarily a punishment for the pitcher, but just as a safety precaution for other players. You know, sometimes some days
Yeah.
you just don't have it. You know what I mean? And
Up to bat is going to be number 2, Savannah Phillips.
I'm not sure what that threshold or if there is a threshold in high school softball, but if there is one, got to be getting pretty close. So Phillips going to stand in, takes the first pitch for a strike right down Main Street. I like it, though, even though it was a really nice pitch. Just kind of keep Tinsley in her own head here, see if she's able to pitch out of it. And now she's going to take a swing. T-Man able to scoop it up and make the play at the plate. So able to get the lead runner. So now we'll bring up first baseman, Callie Davis. Callie has got a sacrifice hit for an RBI, a fly out, a single, and a hit by pitch so far tonight. 2 outs, bases loaded. First pitch is going to be hit, snared by Tiemann, and able to make the out. So good job there by, what was her first name? Tinley. Tinley Tiemann able to make a couple of big plays there to help stop the bleeding for the Lady Hornets. Well, let's go ahead and take another short break. We'll come back right after this here on Cedar Creek Media.
For nearly 30 years, Carrie Harris Satellite has been the Lake area's trusted satellite and internet retailer by putting the customer and their needs first. And we here at Cedar Creek Media can attest to that. I'm JD Bird with Cedar Creek Media, and we're not just partners, we're customers of Carrie Harris Satellite, and can't recommend him and his friendly team highly enough. Stop by Carrie Harris Satellite in Athens today and ask how they can get you set up with Dish, Spectrum, Starlink, Boost Mobile, and more at 103 La Costa Street in Athens, or call 903-677-9522. Again, that's 903-677-9522.
Jeff Van Horn and his team at Precision Spray Foam want to help you protect your investments and potentially lower your energy bill with a new layer of insulating spray foam for your home, barndominium, or metal building. Why choose Precision Spray Foam? Because they can help deter moisture, improve comfort and air quality, and provide extra strength to your building for years to come, all while being environmentally friendly and cost-effective. Jeff and his team make installation a breeze and can retrofit for any need. Call Precision Spray Foam today at 903-880-6323. That's 903-880-6323 for your free estimate today. Precision Spray Foam, part of the Van Horn Construction family and proud supporter of Mabank Athletics. All right, back here for what could be the final inning, or final half inning, I should say, of softball here tonight.
Leading off for your Hornets is going to be number 2, Michaela Murray.
Mabank holding on to a 13-10 lead if they are able to shut down the Lady Hornets here in this half inning. It'll be game over. First pitch is going to catch the inside corner for a strike. This is left fielder Michaela Murray in the box. She's going to hit one well. Nice stab by Marker. Able to make the play.
What a play right there.
Whoa, we have seen some Gold Glove activity from JoJo Marker here tonight. Man, beautifully done there.
Just snagged that one out of the air. That was a beautiful line drive, but just a better play.
Excuse me, I've got our we've got our game up here on my phone. I'm looking at, man, I'm telling you, that was a heck of a play. I wanted to watch the replay myself. That's the first pitch here to the other pitcher is a ball, so that is Mia Tinsley. Second pitch to her is going to be tapped foul. So far tonight, Tinsley has got a 2 RBI double, a single, and has walked and struck out. So kind of been a litany of different results for her for the plate, from the plate tonight. Next pitch is going to be just off the plate there. Put her back in control of the AB. Again, Barnes trying to shut this down. She would come away as the winning pitcher tonight if she is able to. Ball's going to be skied up in the air. Marker able to make the play. So that's now 2 outs.
Well, that is a beautiful way to start this inning if you are trying to shut them down. As quick 2 up, 2 down.
Fly out to shortstop and a ground out to shortstop. That now brings up the shortstop for the Lady Hornets, Miss Ava Pugh. Had an RBI single back in the 5th. It's going to take the first pitch high and outside for a ball. Sets up for the 1-0, and that one's going to be hit high in the air and gone.
It's gone.
Dead center. That was a big shot there for Ava Pugh, and now is going to bring the Lady Hornets within 1 run here. Because again, I don't think you can hit the ball any better. I mean, that was dead center on a line. And, yeah, I mean, my goodness. Getting to watch the replay back, that was nothing. That was just smacked there.
Layla Carnes.
So brings up the first baseman, Layla Carnes, is now Mabank just one run to play with. Now that's going to be hit over to third. Phillips stays with it, makes the throw over.
Able to get it.
And how about that? So goes from feeling low, giving up a home run, to a one pitch out to get the one pitch at bat to get the out. Thank you. Couldn't think of the word I was thinking. And there you go. So the Mabank Lady Panthers and Lady Hornets going to split the home and home series this year. Both take the home game in it, and it's been entertaining both times, JD.
Absolutely. Just a real back and forth showdown there, especially at the end of it, as both these teams just came to play some softball tonight, apparently. Kind of the almost polar opposite of the game that we had seen before, where it was like one team had went up big to begin with, and then later on the other team was up big. This time it was really neck and neck coming down that stretch there. And a nice job by Mabank to be able to hold the lead late and be able to continue it there and make that almost a shutdown final inning there, but ended up giving up that home run. But not letting themselves get discouraged by it and being able to get that out the very next play to shut things down.
Absolutely. Well, JD, we've got more exciting hardball action later on this week, as again, we will have the same two teams, but we'll be over on the baseball diamond on Friday night as your Mabank Panthers host the Athens Hornets. So we hope you can join us for that one. But again, from here at Mabank High School, final tonight, Mabank Lady Panthers 13, Athens Lady Hornets 11. It was a good one tonight, JD, and hopefully we get a few more like this before the season's over.
Absolutely.
All right, folks. Well, for Cedar Creek Media, I'm Taylor Honey.
I'm JD Bird.
We'll talk to you next time here on Cedar Creek Media.
This concludes tonight's broadcast on Cedar Creek Media. Thank you for watching. We hope you'll join us again soon.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.